So, let's do that the other way.
Oh, God. $50,000 above and not get it. And not get it. I saw a house, no, 31, I saw a house 31% above asking price. I'm so afraid if you can't, appraisal is going to come together. Well, yeah, they have to say that it's enough, that the market is improving. But, you know, it's changing. And, you know, this is what I see. I did a real estate for 37 years. So this is what I do. This kind of crazy. Buyers and say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to go walk away. No, you can't do that. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm thinking. It doesn't matter, right? You have to go by with the market. Yeah. Well, you're right. Because if they continue to climb, not right. Hello. My name is Harold.
Oh, I didn't recognize you. Hey, I didn't recognize you with your last job.
I went to a bar with his buddies and met a girl there. And started going around different bars, good bars, before he realized there was a
Hey, you know my dad?
yeah, I got the thing. It was his fault.
No, I
Go ahead.
So I didn't know I wasn't.
He was his dad.
Yeah, sure, I think back then. Thank you. He's the worst for my father.
Oh, and did I hear that your dad passed?
Back in March, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. My condolences. My condolences.
Thank you. Yeah, so anyway, that, you know, I know a lot of people focus on that, but, you know, when we do our pricing model, it's a much broader period. When we send the ratios to the state, it's the 1 year period.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, you can definitely use sales before and after. And of course, if you're using sales, I think, you know, prior to March, you've got to consider that they're probably going to be low.
Right.
And you would expect a little bit higher value. I mean, I don't know what that percent changes over the time. We never figured that out. But to me, if we're coming in a little above the sale from January, February, that's probably okay.
Oh, I would agree
This
with that.
is not.
Oh, I agree with that.
This isn't precision. It's, you know, we're kind of trying to get close.
I see.
$20,000.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He can't be perfect for everybody.
No.
And the ones that are below assessment.
Well, they're not going
They're not. No.
But,
So,
you know,
I mean, I saw a few that are just like really crazy, the ones that I've seen, and I saw a couple that seem like they're right on, whether or not they come in the percent, but they seem to be okay.
Yeah, a lot of people, especially the groups that you're hearing now, like the beach areas and this area,
And I'm a
they're more
suburb.
concerned about the percent increase.
But they can't be.
But that's what they're coming in.
Oh, I understand that.
That, and they don't like the split between the land and the building, or how much the land went up, but, you know, I try to tell them, you have to focus on the total value.
Right.
You know, you can't just appeal your land and end up with a lower value that's not right. So, so if you think your land is wrong, then your house may be too low.
Well, yeah. But that's what people say that to me when I come in and price their home. Like, but the percentage is a percentage. It's not, you have to put that out of your head.
Yeah,
We've got to look at historical sales, and that's how we add or subtract if necessary for future.
Yeah, I know a lot of, we don't even look at percentage. I mean, we look at it in context of what's changing, but not to validate what we've
But
done.
the prices are rough, so you just.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Sure.
Thank you. My first guy is going to be late yesterday. He was like 10 minutes late, but 15 minutes late.
That puts everybody behind.
No, it's like, hey, we're going to respect schedule. He had a couple to present. I said, so go quick because we've got to, deep thing.
You have a 9 o'clock?
I did.
And then so you said they're going to be late.
Yeah, because he's already proved to me yesterday he's going to do it. I already know that.
So he was here yesterday?
Yep. Somebody else. Yep. But. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a lot.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's late.
No, that was quite late yesterday also. No. For me, if I say I'm going to be somewhere, I'm there. Well, for the other day, I had a couple of no-shows. Nobody told me that I should actually read that into the record that nobody showed.
Oh, yeah.
The recording would have said, I'd be like, hey, they didn't come, they didn't show. You're going to hear them in the recording, but I didn't read it into the record.
Okay.
So should that happen again, I'll make sure that I put it into the record. But nobody told me I had to do that.
Catherine down there is keeping track of, who shows up and when, and so we're on record with the no-shows.
All right.
And unfortunately, a lot of the no-shows are rescheduling or attempting to.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
That's been kind of our toughest thing to keep up with is the reschedule.
Oh.
So Catherine's actually working on it. We got her set up. She knows how to do it. So she got a few of the urgent ones done, and now she's going to get through the rest.
Okay. All right. So I got a question about cars. I know, about car appraisals. You're going on NADA. What is it?
We use an ADA.
Right.
That's the valuation book.
Right.
The state, along
and
with...
then 70% of the NADA value?
Yeah, as of October 1.
Okay. All right.
And they do, the NADA books do tend to run higher than public book.
Yeah, I noticed that because I was looking.
But everyone's priced from the same book.
Okay.
So, if they're higher...
Yeah, I'm not going to fuss. I just, I spend, it's $1,800 a year for my car. A lot of money.
Yep.
Well, I tell you, I don't know. All right.
All right.
Just curious. All right. Enjoy your day.
Yeah, we got another one. One more to get through for the weekend.
Oh, what? Just today? Is it today Friday or am I missing something?
It's Friday, but we got deliberations tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to make the deliberation tomorrow.
Oh, what time on the deliberation? Because I may show up. If I don't have anything, I'm afraid to do the weekends too, because if I have a last minute appointment, I could come in last minute and say, okay, I can join. What time tomorrow?
9 to 3. It's scheduled 9 to 3.
Could I come in in the middle of that, or is that a problem?
I that's up to the board. I don't think it's a problem.
Because I was going to do it last night, but I didn't see the link about all of the information for each one, and I wanted that in front of me. I thought that was important to see that.
Yeah, it's good to have the backup info.
Yeah, so I just don't want to go in there blind, here's my notes, blah, you know?
Yeah.
So, anyway. Now, those are all recorded.
They're all what?
The deliberations are recorded?
Yeah, everything's
Okay.
recorded.
So, you know, that gets a little weird, you know? No, I don't, you say, like, I didn't listen in last night, I should have, but you say, I suggest or I move that way.
We talked, Kathleen and Harold and I talked about it, my suggestion is whoever heard it, most times should put forward a suggestion on what they think should be done.
Right.
Because what I've witnessed over the past couple of years with this BAA is that if somebody doesn't make a suggestion,
It goes on
it
and on and
takes
on.
forever.
Right, okay.
So you need to get that movement or suggestion put out there right off the bat.
Okay.
And if you've got one that you're really not sure what to do, that's fine. I mean, but if you've got some that, this guy's house is in worse condition than we think the assessor thinks it is, so we need to drop his condition down. Great, there's a place to start talking and moving on. Or, he's appealing it for, a $40,000 drop and he bought it for, $10,000 less than the assessment. That's,
Yeah.
no, we're not gonna even consider that. Just move it along.
I see probably about 60% of these people have a valid argument. I mean, more than half have a valid argument.
What's that?
More than half of the appellants have a valid argument. They seem to have a valid argument. More than half of them.
More than half. Right.
Seem to have a valid argument.
You think?
Yeah.
I mean, I have.
Although it's varying degrees of valid, right? So, in my thoughts, some of them, they're right on the money. Some of them, give them a little bit, but not a lot. Some of them, absolutely not.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if
I'm trying to preserve the position, but I also have to, I've got to find the law.
I think that I see people want to use a percent.
My guy's
They want to use the square foot comparison, and that doesn't work. Because they'll tend to take the larger property, which have more per square foot, and then they try to apply that to their smaller.
Except it's diminishing at that point. When
it's a marginal. Yeah, I mean, like a bigger house is going to have a lower per square foot than a small house. It's just how it works. Anyway, I'll let you get to it.
All right, thank you. Oh, good morning. Come on in.
Am I yours?
Yeah.
Sweet.
How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, look at you. You're doing good. You're doing great. Nice to see you, too. Yes, we're doing 4 today.
Yep.
Okay, all right. And, all right, so I got to do a couple of things. I know you've been doing one of
Understood.
these. I've got to do, for the record, I got to do a few.
Oh, sure, the whole shebang. All's good with you?
Yeah, always.
Real estate market's keeping you busy?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right. So, welcome. Let me get your file. We're going to talk about, we'll go over everything.
We're there, 4 on Harbor Road.
Yeah, I saw 385 is the first one.
Yep.
Okay. All right, welcome, Chris. I'm one of 9 members of the Board of Assessment Appeals. I'm going to hear your appeal today. Your hearing is also being recorded. I'm going to state a few things for the record. Please correct me if anything is inaccurate. Your appeal number is 442.
That is correct.
The property you are appealing is located at 385 Harbor Road.
Correct?
The owner of this road, of this property is 385 Harbor Road LLC.
Yes.
The town has your property appraised at $5,511,200, and you are requesting the town reduce your appraised value to $4,200,000.
Correct.
Okay, great. Now I'm just going to confirm that you're either the owner of the property or an agent authorized to appeal on the owner's behalf and swear you in.
I am the agent, and I have an affidavit to that effect right here.
Thank you. I still have to, but I'm going to swear you in once for each one.
Yep.
Do you solemnly swear that the information that you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Couldn't you please write your name and sign on and put the appeal number on that paper?
She did already. She put all 4 of them and had me, and then I signed it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, wow, efficient.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Not half bad.
And today is the 5th. Okay, so now it's your opportunity to provide testimony as to why you believe the market value of your home on October 1, 2020 was $4,200,000, and that's the value assigned by the town. Market value is what your home most likely would have sold for on that date. Please try to be as succinct as possible.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you an appraisal from Baldwin Pearson with the affidavit there that shows it's worth $4,200,000 as of October 1st, 2020. The highlight of this is that the revaluation company doesn't really support their land values or their square footage values and how they got there. This is a unique lot. It's a very steep hill. You couldn't rebuild this house without multiple variances in the way it's perched up there in that instance.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah, I understand. But our argument is really supported in the appraisal. There are solid South Fork comps in there to show that 4.2 is the right value. And we believe that the primary reason why the town is so high is they don't take the condition of a lot into effect. Yeah, if you think about it, this is the peak of Harbor Road on the water side.
I remember that house. I know that.
Yeah,
I know where we're
it's basically
talking about.
a steep cliff.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Oh, I get it.
Right.
I get it. Yep. Okay. Great. I'm just going to take a quick
Sure.
look at the.
You'll see, the comps are 2 Harbor Road sales and a Westway sale.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, that was. Thank you very much. Is there any other paperwork you would like to have added to the record?
No, thank you.
Okay. All right. Then I'll be presenting your petition. The majority of the board at a deliberation session for consideration and vote. You'll be notified by mail of the board's decision within 7 days of the decision. All decisions will be enlarged if your appeal is denied. You can come back next year. If you're granted a reduction, you cannot appeal again until the next evaluation in 5 years. If you don't agree with the board's decision, you can take the next step until your decision in court. Instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your decision letter.
Understood.
Okay, thank you. And if you don't have any other questions, this will conclude your hearing on this property.
Excellent.
And I'm going to have to repeat a lot of this.
Yeah, I understand. I did a few yesterday, and then Christopher came and did a few, so we've been through them all.
Okay.
Right. And we'll be back next week.
Oh, gosh, okay. All right. Now we're going to do 750 Harbor.
Yep, Seashell Real Estate.
All right, so you already know 1 of the 9 members on the board. I'm going to state a couple of things. For the record, please correct me if any of this is inaccurate. Your appeal number is number 439.
Correct.
The property you're appealing is located at 750 Harbor Road.
Correct.
The owner of this property is Seashell Real Estate, LLC.
Correct.
The town has the property appraised at $6,636,900.
Correct.
You are requesting town reduce the appraised value to $4,100,000.
That's correct.
Okay, great. Now I'm just going to confirm that you're either the seller or the owner or the owner of the property or agent authorized to appeal on the owner's behalf.
I'm the agent authorized to appeal.
Okay, so can you state your name for the record?
It's Robert Russo.
All right, we've sworn in, but I'm going to swear you in for this file. I
Sure.
don't think it's important to do it for
Yeah.
each file. Okay, and sorry for the redundancy.
No.
You solemnly swear that the, Ms. Runyon, you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
So I have an appraisal on this property as well, which I will give you with the affidavit. It is another Baldwin Pearson appraisal. It is for 4.1. The interesting story about this property is the family that owns it used to live next door to it. And they bought it before it went on the market. And they thought because they were getting a bigger home that this was a good deal. And so they paid $5,900 for it. 4 years ago. But the home is actually in terrible condition. It has a ton of deferred maintenance. It needs a lot of work. They way overpaid, and that's the risk with buying something that hasn't gone on the market in that instance.
So the family, is this down on the, all the way at the end on the right?
Yeah, well, not quite at the end, but yeah, so if
Near
you're
the
coming
end,
down Harbor
near the
Road,
end,
you pass
yeah.
Big Gelly, you
Yeah,
pass the
yeah,
fountain,
it's right
it's
here.
the next big home on the right.
Yeah,
Yeah. It used to have the weird art in the front yard.
Yeah.
When
I know the house.
when they saw that, when they actually toured it, it was full of lewd art, was what was on the inside of it.
All right, so the family that bought it lived next door, they lived next door, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they lived, if you're looking at the front of it, it's the house to the left. And they bought it in a private sale. It never went on the market. But they overpaid. They overpaid, and the value's down since 2017. And, it is a house that needs considerable upkeep and repairs. And we've got solid comps. We've got 2 on Westway Road, which is right around the corner, and 1 on Harbor Road. And the one on Westway, I believe, is on the corner of Harbor, so it's really a similar harbor view.
Okay.
And that's all I have on that one.
Oh. All right, thank you. Thanks, Rob. So I'll be presenting your petition to the majority of the board at a deliberation session and a consideration and vote. You'll be notified by mail of the board's decision within 7 days of the decision. All decisions were made in March. Your appeal was denied. You can come back next year, and if you're granted a reduction, you cannot appeal again until the next evaluation in 5 years. If you don't agree with the board's decision, you can take the next step until your decision in court. Instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your decision letter. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And there's no other questions. This concludes this property hearing.
No other questions?
Okay. I'm attaching all of this to the file. Thank you.
We're halfway there.
Hey, we're good. We're good. All right. Yeah, we're early. I'm gonna have a little bit of time.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, it's good. Okay.
They do get more interesting, the next two, but not much.
All right. How's the family? How's everybody?
Good, the boys are gonna be 9 in May,
Oh, my gosh.
and it's just terrifying, but they're good. No complaints. And Christopher will be here later for his own tax appeal, so we're,
Oh, okay. All right, he was here yesterday.
Yeah, he was here yesterday.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, he's a nice guy. Nice kid. Okay. All right, 319 Barber Road. All right, and as you know, 1 of 9 members of the board of assessor appeals, I'm going to hear the appeal today. Your hearing is also being recorded. I'm going to state a couple things for the record. Your appeal number is number 440.
That is correct?
The property you're appealing is located at 319 Harbor Road.
Yes.
The owner of the property is 319 Harbor Road LLC.
Yes.
Town has the property appraised at $2,655,600,
Yes.
and you are requesting that the town reduce your appraised value to $2,280,000.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Now I'm just going to confirm that you're either the owner of the property or an agent authorized to appeal on the owner's behalf and swearing.
I am the authorized agent.
And your name?
Robert Russo.
Thank you. All right. Here we go. I'm going to know this by heart.
Right, exactly.
You solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you out?
I do.
Thank you.
So I'm going to provide with my affidavit, I'm going to provide a copy of the warrant.
One thing, I want to make sure that you sign the, that you got sworn in. For the other property?
The first one I gave you, she wrote all 4 appeals numbers on. So
She did. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
go.
great. Then I better make it. That's important. Thank you. Just give me a sec.
Sure.
I'm not rushing you.
No problem.
No, just the no.
Yeah, I gave you in the first set a Board of Assessment Appeals sworn statement signature. They had she'd written all 4 numbers on the top right corner of it.
I have the affidavit. I don't have the, I thought you.
It should be, it was the first thing you took from me before we can sign another, it's not like it's that hard.
No, I just attached this. All right, so that was the second one. Well, we're going to look at that.
Yeah, the first one was 3
All right.
5. Right.
So I have your affidavit that you're
Right.
representing them. Okay. And I have the appraisal. This is actually 85. And the other one, I only have.
I wonder what happened to it.
Let me see if I. Let's see, we're here. I didn't budge.
No, right. I said I can fill out another, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, you know what? I want to have that for the record, please.
Okay. I'll just sign another and.
Okay, so, yeah, and I put one in, I remember writing it in.
Right, yeah.
Yep. hold on.
No big deal.
Right, so I just want to make sure we have all the paperwork done, to double check it
Sure.
one more time. I may have put it in the file. Oh, here it is, yep, okay. All right, yeah, okay, nobody's crazy, you're not crazy.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, let me
crazy.
qualify that. Okay.
I'm crazy, I'm just right about that, right?
Okay. Okay, so we, was this the other one? Did you just do that?
Well, you got it in case you need it.
Here, I'm gonna rip this up, this is not that here, okay. All right. Okay, now we can proceed, thank you very much.
319 Harbor Road, I'm going to give you a copy of the warranty deed where my client paid $2.28 million for it at the end of December. I'm also going to give you a copy of the contract with my affidavit. This property is dilapidated. It has vinyl siding. It is on a steep hill. It was on the market for quite some time and it wasn't getting any takers. And my client was able to purchase it, 3 months after the reval date for $2.28. You'll also notice if you look at the back of the contract that he paid $2.28 and the seller has the right to remain in it for a year. It is what it is, but and even though it's in the historic district, I'm pretty sure the historic district is going to shake his hand if he knocks it down. Because it is ugly. And that's all I got on that one.
Wow, okay, well, solid.
Arm's length transaction.
There you go. We have one more?
Yep, one more. 331 Harbor Road.
All right, just a moment. All right, Ron, one of 9 members of the Board of Justice Appeals, I'm going to hear your appeal today. Your hearing is also being recorded. I'm going to say a few things for the record. Please correct me if anything is inaccurate. Your appeal number is 441.
Confirmed?
The property you are appealing is located at 331 Harbor Road.
Correct?
The owner of the property is 331 Harbor Road, LLC.
Confirmed?
The town has your property appraised at $695,200, and you are requesting the town reduce your appraised value to $215,000.
That's correct.
Okay, great. Now I'm just going to confirm that you're either the owner of the property or an agent authorized to appeal on the owner's behalf and swear you in.
I'm the agent of the owner,
And you are?
Robert Russo.
Thank you very much. Now I'm going to swear you in again. You solemnly swear that the information that you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the whole truth, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
With my affidavit, I'm going to submit a Baldwin Pearson appraisal for this property at $215,000. The challenge with this property is this. So this is right between 385 and 319. It is a very steep hill. It is not really buildable. It also has a conservation easement across the vast majority of the property. And you can find the conservation easement on page 17 of the appraisal. The easement prevents anything from being built on the vast majority of the property. And frankly, even if there wasn't a conservation easement, it wouldn't be reasonable to build anything on this. It is too steep.
How are you doing?
There are also some real inconsistencies amongst the town's valuation. 977 Harbor Road, which is a .47 acre lot, is valued at $100,800.
Is this in the appraisal?
Yes, it is.
All right, let me just, I want to make a note of it. And what was the address there you said?
977 Harbor Road.
And what kind of you're saying there was an inconsistency?
It's inconsistent because that lot is actually .47 acres, whereas this is .46 acres. That is a flat lot. This is a steep hill lot, and it's valued at 6 times that.
What else would you like to tell me?
That is it. And that is all she wrote for the Rob and Judy show this morning.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Thanks. I'll be presenting your petition. Your petition, the majority of the board added deliberation session for the consideration and vote. You'll be notified by mail the board's decision within 7 days of the decision. All decisions will be made in March. If your appeal was denied, you can come back next year. If you're granted a reduction, you can't appeal again until the next revaluation, 5 years. If you don't agree with the board's decision, you can take the next step and appeal your decision in court. Instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your decision letter.
Thank you, ma'am.
No problem.
Thanks, Judy. Good seeing
Really
you.
nice to see you.
Nice to spend a little time with you. Have a good one.
Good luck. Thank you.
Judy, I just wanted to let you know your 10:15 is very early, but whenever you're ready.
You know what, just give me a few minutes,
Sure.
and I'll take the 10:15 early, but I'll let you know.
That's fine, that's great.
Okay? I'm ready for the carpenter to do it.
Hello?
Hi,
Hi,
are you number 3?
I'm number 3.
Otherwise known as Judy?
Judy.
Yes.
Prefer that other than number 3. I'm Jan, this is John.
Hi, Jan and John, please feel free to have a seat.
Oh, my God, I'm like hyperventilating, it's hot.
And and everybody's on time, how wonderful is this? Actually, early?
We are,
It's great that you're early?
we want to be early.
Yeah, and, you already have this from downstairs. Good.
Should I close
Okay.
this to
No.
avoid outside interference? No?
I would,
Whatever makes you comfortable.
I
Well, I know
think,
you're recording it, so just to make sure the recording is clear, maybe it'll eliminate background.
whatever you want to do, sweetie.
If it makes you happy, it's absolutely, whatever's good with you is good with me, okay?
So we've listened to a few meetings, I just have to say. So whatever you're going to say, we've heard, and you can whip through it, but we'll listen and be polite.
Well, thank you. I have to do certain things for the record.
Understood.
You probably already know.
Understood.
My name is Judy Zablet. I'm one of the 9 members of the Board of Assessment Appeals. I'm going to hear your appeal today. Your hearing is also being recorded. I'm going to state a few things for the record. So if anything is incorrect, please, or inaccurate, please let me know. Your appeal number is 297.
Mm-hmm.
Property you're appealing is located at 144 Harbor Road. The owner of the property is Jan and Win John Carpenter.
All correct so far.
John, okay.
John and Jan.
The town has your property appraised at $1,918,400, and you are requesting the town reduce your appraised value to $1,400,000.
That is not correct. And the reason is because there's an additional submission that we submitted that I know you have because it's online, but I have a copy of the whole packet for you if that would help you.
Awesome. You were anticipating this.
You would not believe, we're like,
Oh, I see. Now I see it 1/6.
That's correct.
Okay, yeah, that's actually in here. I have it.
okay.
I have it just on my initial.
Tell me if you change your mind, because it's an extra. It is 1/6.
So, okay, so you're asking for 1/6 rather than 1/4.
Correct.
Okay.
Get ready to sign that, sweetie,
Mm-hmm.
with a pen.
Okay, just a moment. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Thank you for all that you do, because you know it's a thankless job.
Okay, all right, now, great, I just gotta confirm that you are either the owner of the property or owners of the property or authorized to appeal on the owner's behalf and swear you in. Please state your names for the record, and whether you are owner or an agent.
Jan Carpenter, owner.
John Wynn, owner.
Okay, thank you. Let me in, repeat after me. Or you don't have to repeat after me. You know, the thing is, I'm also a justice of the peace. So every once in a while, that's my other fun thing.
In sickness and in health.
Oh my gosh. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
Thank you very much.
Mhm.
And could you also?
You need both signatures or one?
You know what, see, since you're both owners, you're both here, I'd really like both, since you're both talking also.
Okay.
Do you want us to fill in the date, or you want to?
No, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I want to get the revised one in front of me, additional, yeah, and it's here, just so you know, it is here, it says additional
Good.
submission.
Yes, no
Okay,
problem.
I'm showing that to you so you can see it.
Yeah.
And thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, no
That's
problem.
great, okay. All right. I'll be presenting your petition to the majority of the board at the deliberation session for consideration and a vote. You'll be notified by mail of the board's decision within 7 days of the decision. All decisions will be made in March. If your appeal was denied, you can come back next year. If you grant a reduction, you cannot appeal again until the next evaluation in 5 years. And if you don't agree with the board's decision, you can take the next step until your decision in court. Instructions on how to appeal will be in your decision letter, although I read that out of order. But you're going to share with me exactly what you have.
Right.
And talk to me.
Okay.
And did you start the recording? We know that sometimes.
It's been on.
It's been on,
recording.
okay.
Oh, yeah, you've been on recording.
That's very good.
Okay, so Judy,
Yes.
I talk really fast.
Walk a little slower.
I
You have a
want-
lot of time
It
because.
doesn't, not all of it needs to be slow, but I want you to say,
Okay, got it.
okay,
Good.
because there's a lot and I know I only have a limited amount of time.
Got
So I'm going to go through the packet that you have in front of you.
Okay.
And if for some reason you don't have something, I can give you another copy. But it's really very simple. There is a table of contents, and I'm going to be pointing to it on mine so you can see what I see.
Yeah, okay, I'm looking at it.
There's 3 items in this packet. The first is what I'm calling a neighborhood map. The second is the independent appraisal. And the third is called sales transactions considered but not used. And I'll explain all of these.
Okay.
So if you turn to the neighborhood analysis, and I think it's important to see it in color. Do you have that in color?
Yeah. I do.
So I'm going to point to it. The subject property is very prominent. It's in green because our property value went up by 5%. Now look at all of our neighbors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them all went down. Percentages ranging from 6% to 36% reduction. Now, the Board of Assessment Appeals would say, this is irrelevant because we need sales comps, we don't need tax comps, what they call tax comps. But the point of this is, something's amiss. This is what started us realizing that there was a problem with our value. When we put this on this map and said, okay, I'm sorry, every single property surrounding us is down, sometimes double digits. Like our next door neighbor, down 18%. So, can I go on?
Please do.
Okay. So the second,
I have a question. This is the full appraisal or the land appraisal or the property appraisal?
say those again?
Is it the full appraisal that is completely down, that is down?
It's a full,
Or the land or the improvement?
Total parcel value.
Total, okay. I just wanted to be clear on that.
yeah, no, please. So this is an appraisal. It's done by an independent appraiser. The value is 1.6, and I'm going to take you to the comps in a minute, but first I want to jump to another page that I hope you have in color, which if you look at the top right-hand corner of his is, I think it's 13 of 21. See at the top right?
It's the page with the illustration of the comps and their locations.
Looks like this. It's a map, although yours hopefully is in color.
Yeah.
So before we go into the details of the independent appraisal, I just want you to see what he has chosen as comps are 3 properties on the same road as us. So we're not picking, we had another appraisal done a couple of years ago. They chose a house on Colonial Drive. Well, they had to, because the sales in that period were so limited, they had to go that far. But if you don't have to go that far, then obviously you won't. And in this year, there were a lot of sales. So we had a big population to choose from. So I'm going to jump again.
Just want to check something out. When was the appraisal dated?
October 1st, 2020.
Okay, let's just confirm.
Yeah,
It's a
no
very,
problem.
it's a current appraisal. I know sometimes appraisals can be old and stale. This one is done right.
I'm just confirming
No,
for you.
no problem.
Yeah,
So now I'm going to jump again because, and I'm just going to talk for a second, we've seen deliberations other years, and a lot of times what the Board of Assessment Appeals will do is they'll look at these comps and they'll go, I'm not sure, maybe there's a better comp that they didn't use. So we decided to try to jump the gun and answer that question before it came up, and we said, so what's the relevant period? Well, the Board of Assessment, or the assessor says, start with 6 months, and if you need to expand, you can expand to a year, but start with 6 months, and start with those comps that are closest to your home. So look at the last page.
And all that's documented in the Board of Assessment Appeals helpful hints chart. Have you seen this? This is.
I have gone through that whole book, I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank
So-
you very much.
So
Thank you so much.
this is number 3. It's the last page in your packet. Okay, so this is our attempt to say, if you go through the appraisal and you don't like his comps, these are all the others, all of them. This is your population, within 1/2 mile, within 6 months. And so we looked at them and said, well, why didn't the appraiser pick these? And it became very obvious to us why. The first 2, they're away from the harbor, and ours is nearer the harbor, so it makes total sense that he would not choose those as the best. They could be comps, but they're not the best. The second category is building size. These other ones are radically different in size, so you would not pick them. And the third category are houses that are across the harbor on Sapsco Hill. Now here's the important thing about that. Go back to the map. You're looking right at it.
This one,
Yeah. So this is Sapsco Hill. And for the assessor, that's a different neighborhood. So it's 52, ours is 50. These houses have different zoning, they have different lot size, they have so many things that are different about them that an appraiser, even though they're 1/2 mile, there might be some sales up here, and we've listed them, they're so different, you would try to pick your comps from this side if you could. So if this comes up in the hearing and someone says, well, I think there's a better comp, I'm telling you, there's not. Not unless you want to go out a year or 2, and you don't need to because you have 15 comps within the 6 months. You with me so far?
it's all good.
Am I going too fast?
No,
Okay, so let's get to the real important thing. Page, thank you. Oh my God, I can't lift my fingers. No, it's this way. It's page 4 of 21 of the appraisal. This is the page that, everybody goes to. And what I hate about these appraisals is where they put the sales date, because I find it always so hard to find. So I'm going to point you to it. Look at me. It's a little bit midway down underneath the line called concessions.
mm-hmm.
So you see where it says date of sale?
I look at these,
All day long?
I've been a real estate broker.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I've been for over 30 years.
Oh, okay.
I'm a real estate broker, okay?
Okay, good.
So this is, okay, go ahead.
So date of sale, comp 1, June.
2020.
They're all good, they're
Comp
all
two.
within the recommended timeframe.
Comp 2, July. Comp 3, October 1st.
On the reval date.
Oh my God. And the house is right across the street. So, in our opinion, it's like, we couldn't get a better comp than that one. Now, there are adjustments. The thing about Harbor Road is, you know, everything is driven based on, are you on the water or are you across from the water? Are you up on a hill or are you down below? Are you smaller or are you bigger? Because the one thing about Southport is the incongruity of the homes, which makes it so charming. You've got these giant homes right next to little tiny homes. So the adjustments can be larger than you might see in other appraisals because, and I'll just point you to one because it's a big adjustment. The first comp is 418 Harbor Road. This is a beautiful home, way up on the hill. It's much further away from, do you know where our home is? I know you can go back to the map, but let me just tell you, have you seen?
If I look at a picture, I could probably,
Spot it?
yeah,
Picture's on the first page of the appraisal, I think.
I'm looking at it.
Second, maybe? It's not on the first one. No, I don't see it, John.
No?
Why is it, it's not there? Let me check the field card. Sometimes, you don't have the vision one.
Give me the field card, yeah.
Yeah, it is, well, of course it's on the field card, but it's hard to see because it's so dark.
Lovely, yep.
Do you know the Tide Mill Bridge building?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at the stop sign right at the Tide Mill Bridge.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw at that little,
Right.
that little spot right there.
Right.
Right.
So we're not on the water. We do have water views. And these first two comps are also not on the water, but across the street. So they're perfect. But we are in a very commercial area. You may not realize it, but the Tide Mill Bridge building is an office building. And our house is at a stop sign, a three-way stop sign. So we have a lot of traffic. We have a lot of people going to the post road. You can actually see the post road from our property. Now, I'm not going to say we don't love our property and it's not great, but if you go up the hill to these guys, they're in a much quieter part of town. They're closer to the rail. They're closer to the downtown. And what they get that we don't get in the way of views is marked. I mean, it just is. It's the harbor, the golf course, Long Island Sound. We have none of that. We see the harbor, and it's lovely, but they have a better view. So the appraiser has recognized that very simply. And those can be significant in terms of dollars. There used to be a time when I would compare houses on the water to houses across the street, and the difference with an almost identical piece of property and house was like $600,000 to $1 million just for being across the street. And then the view the same. So anyway, I'm just trying to tell you that some of these adjustments appear significant, but I think that they're valid. And the homes are of a similar style and construction, and there are size adjustments, but they're relatively the same as ours. And so anyway, you come down to 1447 for the first one, 1685 for the second, and 1422. And he has concluded that his comfort is 16 even.
Got it, and we have information here. What else would you like to try? Anything else?
Oh, I got a lot.
Okay,
I'm nearing the end. Okay. So here's what we heard last night. There were deliberations last night. I don't know if you know that or you heard. There were deliberations last night. And what came out of that meeting for us was really concerning, because what the Board of Assessment Appeals said was having a comp in July or August, well, that's too far from October. And we were like, but that's exactly what you told us to do, and that's what the appraiser did, and you can't change the rules. And we just really had a panic attack because we were like, July and August is the perfect time.
So the board says use comps from a 1-year period. We use comps for the 6 months closest to the reval date. So,
And it was concerning to us that they were saying,
Yes, I did not attend last night's hearing. I almost did, but, you know,
Well-
I'm also self-employed, you know, so I gotta do it.
so here's what we did.
so
Last night at 11 o'clock, we did another schedule. Okay, now, we're not appraisers, we're accountants, but we used the same type of adjustments as the appraiser. We came up with 2 additional comps. This one sold in December. Okay, so it's really close to the reval date. It's not the best comp,
December of
2020.
2020, so it was after the reval date, because part of last night's discussion was, well, maybe some of these transactions are, went to contract, and then we should be looking at sales after the reval date. So we
They
found-
basically started looking at the contract dates instead of the sales dates, which again is like, that's not fair to the
All right, tell
taxpayer.
me what you got.
I have several copies, I can give you more if you want.
I'm gonna make this a part of the file.
So
Okay.
we've got 2 comps on there. One of them sold, look at the top line. One of them sold in September of 2020. One of them sold in December 20. They're right around our house. One of them is 0.35 miles away. The other is 0.1, literally across from us. Tells you how big the lot is, what the square footage is, what the sales price. Then we have some adjustments, and we come up to 2 new numbers for 2 new comps of 1571 and 1472. So if it comes up, I would think this would not be necessary, to be honest. But if it comes up, I would like for them to look at this and say, okay, guys, there's nowhere to go, But that's me. John, help me. What did I forget?
You haven't forgotten anything?
I
If
don't
you'll
think
allow
you
me
guys
1
have
minute
forgotten
to
anything. Go
If
ahead.
you'll allow me 1 minute to recap. The recap is, we did a neighborhood analysis and realized the model they must have used had something strange in it, because every adjacent neighbor, according to that map, went down and ours went up. So we said, let's get an independent appraisal done by a licensed appraiser that follows the appraisal techniques. He selected comps. Luckily, he selected comps very close to the reval date. The last 6 months of the year, within 0.3 of a mile of our house. And all 3 of them are on the same street that we're on. So
Within a half a mile.
within a half a mile. So they're incredibly relevant comps, which he has adjusted with his experience or whatever. But last night's discussion said to us, well, they want something really, really close to the reval date before it, and really, really close right after it. So magically, we went and got 2 new comps that are on this additional sheet, and the adjustments, consistent with the way the appraiser did it, comes out to values almost exactly to what the appraiser came out with, which shows any way you look at it, with the sales transactions that occurred, the value is what's been established as $1.6 million.
Okay. Judy, thank you.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
sorry that we're so loud and vehement.
No, you are passionate. You
We are passionate.
I'd like to say passionate. Thank you so much.
I'll take it.
And if you don't have any other questions, it'll conclude your hearing. I'll be the one speaking to the members of the board about yours.
Okay?
Okay, so do you know when the
Thank you for-
deliberations for today's hearings will be?
Oh, I have no idea. We want to do them soon, though. We want to keep them.
Let me ask you
It's got to
this.
be done in March. That's all I can say, and I don't think I can say anything else.
What about this? Maybe you didn't tell me. If you can't say it, I totally appreciate it. Are you going to be attending tomorrow's deliberations?
I'm not sure yet.
You're not sure?
No,
Okay.
I'm not sure yet.
All right. Thank you. We appreciate it more than you can imagine.
You said you're in real estate?
Yes.
Which firm and which
I'm with
office?
I'm with
Spelled
Coldwell
with what?
Banker in Westport.
Oh, okay.
I live in Fairfield.
Okay. All right.
Obviously, I live in Fairfield. Okay.
Do you want us to tell her that send the next one up?
That
or
would
no?
be great.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet
Thank
you.
You too. Bye-bye.
And your next one is a phone, I believe.
Oh, okay, oh, good, so, thank you very much, oh, I hope I remember how to do that. Yeah, there's directions, just in case.
Okay.
I better do that right now, then. Well, I got 2 minutes. They're changing it up, I know, yeah.
Wait, okay, so you got a phone, so actually you can do it from
Oh, I
your
can
seat
do, oh,
here.
I can do it from here, okay.
Yeah.
I don't have to, okay.
Supposedly they are interlinked and everything.
When calling you, oh, here it is, oh, it was, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, just all you do is hit the speakerphone, make sure it's at a good level, and then dial 9 to get out and the number.
No, no, hello, all right.
All right.
How come it's not working? I know. I applied with the Town of Fairfield Board of Assessment Appeals.
Oh, yes, hi.
Hi, I am looking for Andrew Wilbur.
Andrew is not here. He is in London at the moment, but I can put you in touch with him. There was a 10:30 appointment this morning, right?
Correct.
And they were going to talk, I think, on the phone.
Right.
But I'm not sure what the arrangement was as to how you were going to contact each other.
Oh, all I have is this telephone number.
Oh, okay. Well, let me hold on for a second. I'm just putting you on speaker for a minute. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, thanks.
Hold on for a second. Okay. I'm going to give you his overseas number, and then can you give me the number that he can call you on?
Oh, you know what? No, that's interesting. I'm gonna, just one moment.
Okay.
I'm gonna, if you can hold on the line for just a moment,
Yep.
I will, find out what number he should call in at, okay?
Okay, that would be perfect.
All right, just bear with me a moment. I'm gonna step away, but I'll come right back, okay?
Okay, super. Thank you.
Bear with me. But I don't know, sometimes they say that people get to be
Yeah,
so once you say that, nothing you're recording as soon as we go in.
right. So he's the same number?
We're on
You get-
hold. Okay, that's,
295, I would give him this number.
you think that one's gonna, because sometimes you have these numbers on top
And they-
here and
and
it
they
goes
don't.
to oblivion.
I don't know, I'm not gonna,
Okay, all right, so we're gonna try that.
Does someone have a cell phone?
I'm not sure that I should do that
Right.
for, just for our own records. So here, I have an idea. This is, I have two thoughts. The first thought is, I'm gonna give you this telephone number, which is my line where I'm at, in this conference room number 3. If that does not work, then I would suggest you reschedule. I don't have any other, I don't have another thought on it. So why don't we try that? You ready? Let me give you this number. 203
Yep.
256
Ms. McGuire?
2954.
It's 203-256.
Right. 2954.
Give me the last four again, please.
2954. I also have a hearing scheduled at 10:45. We have a 10:30 meeting.
Okay.
So he should hurry.
Okay, let me get it right now.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, bye. All right, listen, who should he ask for?
Oh, I'm going to pick up the phone. It's Judy, and I'm going to see 011, I'm sure, on the phone.
Okay, all right, super, thank you.
Thanks, okay. Bye. Okay, so, okay. Yeah. Right. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hi, this is Andrew Wilbur calling.
Hello, Andrew. Thank you so much for getting to us. We have just a couple of minutes. I'm looking at your file. I got a couple of, thank you very much. You're in London. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thank you for taking the time. I'm sorry, I didn't want to give you an overseas number to call.
Okay, great. So here's what we're going to do. I have certain things that I have to go through for the record. And I think we're gonna run just a couple of minutes late, but we're gonna try to get through this as quickly as possible. My name is Judy Sablack. I'm one of 9 members of the Board of Assessment Appeals. I'm going to hear your appeal today, and your appeal is also being recorded.
Great.
Okay. So I'm going to say a few things for the record. Please correct me if any of this is inaccurate. Your appeal number is 96. The property you are appealing is at 227 Main Street. The owner of the property is Andrew and Claudia Wilbur.
Correct.
The town has your property appraised at $1,274,100, and you're requesting the town reduce your appraised value to $1,172,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, okay, great. All right, now I'm just going to confirm that you're either the owner of the property or an agent authorized to appeal on the owner's behalf and swearing you in. Can you please state your name for the record, whether you are an owner or an agent?
Yes, my name is Andrew Wilbur, and I'm an owner.
Great. I'm gonna try to swear you in on the telephone. Are you ready? Can you raise your right hand, and I'll trust in you. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay. So I'm looking at your appeal in front of me. Right now is your opportunity.
I think the key page is sort of the summary page. Is that sort of...
Yeah, there's just something I'm going to have to read real quick. I've got a couple of things just for the record. I need to do it. So it's your opportunity to provide testimony as to why you believe the market value of your home on October 1, 2020 was $1,172,000 and not the value of Sound Red Town. Market value is what your home most likely would have sold for during that, on that date. Please try to be as succinct as possible. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so I got the original appraised value of $1.315 million, and and I had actually just refinanced the house over the summer, so just earlier in 2020, and I got a valuation, this lady came and did a full internal and external valuation, and usually I wouldn't question kind of the appraised value from the town, but she had valued it at 1.172, and that was as of May 6th, 2020. So a few months before the 1st October 2020 date, but that was kind of the value that I saw, and I said, geez, that doesn't seem right. So I had a call with the valuation people who do the work on behalf of the town, and I spoke to a guy named Brian. I submitted the one appraisal from Carol Plotnick, which is the first one on this page, and I submitted it. He's like, look, guys, they love these certified appraisals. This should be kind of straightforward. And then I got the updated appraisal value on the 29th of January. It was 1.274, and I thought, she said, they took off 40,000, but that's still kind of materially off where this lady's appraisal was. So I said, okay, well, why don't I just go get a couple of more appraisals done? So I hired 2 more independent appraisal companies, and they completed those, and those are the ones that are listed here, the one from Barbara Yurden and Lee Helm, and one came in at 1.15, the other came in at 1.2, and so what I've done here is, and those are as of October 1st, 2020.
I'm looking. Just bear with me.
And so what I did then was I just took the average of those 3 independent appraisals, and then I subtracted that from those, and those came in at 1.174 in average. And so if you just sort of compare that to the revised or updated appraised value from the town, the difference is about $100,000.
Okay. All right. So I'm looking. I just want to make sure I have everything right for you. Okay. So you got one at 1.150. You got another one at
1.2.
1.2. And you have another one at what?
At 1.172. It's all sort of the summary page that I put together has it all kind of listed out.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
And then I just took the average of them, and it was actually 1.174, and each one, the Carol Plotnick appraisal has 6 comparables, the Barbara Yurden one has 4 comparables, and Lee Helms has 3 comparables. And these are all, certified, valuation people. So, and they did full reports. So I figure, you could do more appraisals and hire more people, but that's kind of, that if you take the average of those 3, that's kind of where the value comes out at 1.174.
I have all of this. I have a nice big file for you. Thank you very much. And all those appraisals are in there. Is there anything else you wanted to have added to the record?
No, I don't think so. I mean, those are all kind of, I just figured getting these independent appraisals was the best way to do it.
Great. Thank you very much. I will be presenting your petition to a majority of the board at a deliberation session for consideration and vote. You'll be notified by mail of the board's decision within 7 days of the decision. All decisions will be made in March. If your appeal is denied, you can come back next year. If you're granted reduction, you cannot appeal again until the next revaluation of 5 years. If you don't agree with the board's decision, you can take the next step and appeal your decision in court. Pardon me. Instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your decision letter. Okay?
Okay, terrific. Judy, I think that's terrific. The key thing from my side is this summary page, because it sort of it sort of captures everything, I think. I know there's a lot of paper because there's three different valuations, but that summary page, hopefully it captures it all, so.
Great, bear with me, because I'm looking for a single summary page, and I'm in the C one. I see everything
Okay.
else, but I'm not seeing a summary page. Oh, here it is. It's, here you go. Okay, I'm gonna put it on top, that'll help. Okay.
That'd be great,
Thanks
that'd be great,
so much.
Judy, because that's really the key page. It shows you the average of the
Great.
three independent appraisals there.
Thank you,
So.
thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay, thanks a lot.
all right, thanks
Okay.
for your help, Judy.
You're
Take care.
welcome, bye-bye.
Yep, bye-bye.
I was on the phone with him.
That's what I thought, so I just, he sent the email, and I thought it was Harold, and it wasn't Harold, I knew you were on the phone, so I'm like, well, hopefully that's the right one.
Here's what happened. I called him up at home, and the guy said, oh, no, I need to run it.
It was in the, we put the number in the file. Oh,
No, all I see was 202, 256, I did not see that.
yeah.
So when, well, I said, okay, how do you call it? My direct line, you have to call me, and if that doesn't work, then we'll reschedule, but that
Yeah.
works. So, we're all
Okay,
good,
good.
we're all good. I'm looking for direct line.
I don't think so.
I understand. All right, I'm gonna make sure the rest of them is operating. I was like, yeah, this way I forget.
There's a waiting room upstairs, I think it's that way. Is there-
Oh, okay, because I just feel like, yeah, I go to the limited zone. Okay, good, all right, I can go up here. Thank you. Oh, I'm number 3, I'm looking for a restroom.
Oh, restaurant, all the way up to this, all the way up to this.
Oh, upstairs. Oh, okay, I know there's one downstairs.
Right next to what?
Thank you. Oh, hello. Does it work? Can He got you?
He did, got it all through.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and apparently it was in the file, that file was this thick.
Yes.
And
Oh, it was in there.
the most important page in there for the guy was buried in there. I really had to look for it. So,
Great.
we're all good.
You don't have a lot of time, there's 15 minutes.
I know.
Your 11 o'clock just arrived whenever you're ready.
Oh, hold on. Oh, I didn't have a flickering. Why don't I have a 10:45? Okay, that's why it was so quiet.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I had a minute.
Okay.
You okay?
11 o'clock is good, yeah.
Okay, great. Come on up.
Hello.
Good morning.
I told you I'd see you again. I do. Greg Lane.
Did you miss me, Greg?
I did. I missed a smiling face.
How can you tell I'm smiling?
Because I could tell by the eye expression. I was with Harold the other day. He didn't smile the whole time.
What, Harold?
And I know.
What,
I've known him
Harold?
for years, so
All right.
I know what to expect. So
All right.
Don't expect a whole lot.
Let's get to business, Greg, okay?
I'm ready.
So, my name is Judy Biglack. I'm one of the 9 members of the board. I'm going to hear your appeal today, and your hearing is being recorded. So I'm going to state a couple of things for the record. Please correct me if anything is inaccurate. Your appeal number is 517.
Correct.
The property you're appealing is at 184 Southgate Lane.
Yes.
The owner of the property is Chad Treadway.
Yes.
The town has the property appraised at $2,089,000.
Correct.
You're requesting that the town reduce the appraised value to $1,900,000.
That's correct also.
Great. Okay, now I'm just going to confirm that you're either the owner of the property or an agent authorized to appeal on the owner's behalf and swearing you in. For the record, please state your name, whether you're owner or agent.
Gregory Lane, Lane, business address, P.O. Box 578, Southport, Connecticut. I'm acting as the agent for the homeowner, Chad Treadway. So I can give you the agent certification. And I also
Your affidavit?
Yes, and here's 2 original appraisals. And I was sending them electronically, and then they said don't do because they're actually taking those and just scanning them.
That's right.
Yeah, so, okay. Makes it easier, and we don't need...
Thank you very much.
We don't need more paper around, enough paper.
All right, bear with me a moment.
Okay.
All right,
I'll
so
sign this.
I do have to swear you in just for this,
Yes,
okay? So you got your right hand up, right? Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment, known question, shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you very much.
And I'll sign this and hand this over to you. Thank you.
How many of these are you doing?
In Fairfield?
Yeah.
I stopped if you even call my office, I stopped like early February. I'm doing like 2 dozen. Just short of like 24. And I have a couple other ones in other towns, but you can't, I mean, as a single proprietor,
You can spread yourself too thin.
right.
All right. So now's your opportunity to provide testimony as to why you believe the market value of the home at Southgate is $1,900,000 and not the value assigned by the town. Market value is what your home most likely would have sold for on that date. Please try to be as succinct as possible. And
Certainly. Good morning. As stated previously, my name is Greg Lane. I'm acting on behalf of the homeowner, Chad Treadway. The property address, 184 Southgate Lane in Southport. First of all, I'd like to thank Judy for being here and volunteering her time. I'd like to thank the board also for the time that they're spending with the tax appeals. It could be arduous, and I think there are quite a few this year. So again, we thank you for your time.
you're welcome.
So yeah, I mean, it's not easy. So the subject property, the single family home, as we go through the appraisal, we're on actually page 5, which is the first page of the appraisal report. The marketplace is increasing. So I'm using a positive time adjustment of 12% a year. That's effective as of April 1st, 2020, which is when I do work for the banks. That's pretty much the date in this part of the nation that the market began to increase. So that positive time adjustment will be done up until the reval date of 10/1/2020. So it's a 6-month time span, and for that whole time period would be a 6% positive time adjustment on the date of sale for the comps, and I can show you later on what that means.
Okay.
The subject property, this is important. If you look on a map, probably next to the last page, there's a location map showing you just where the house is located. And if you look to the north of there, you can see the New York-New Haven railroad tracks. So they're obviously audible and they're visible. So that's a major factor as far as the site value and what the land is worth. And then if you go 2 pages back, it'll show the actual location map with the comps on there also. And you can see that Interstate 95 is just to the north of the railroad tracks. So it's like a double whammy down there between the highway, the railroad tracks. If we stay on this map, you can see all my comps there. I was really surprised that I found them so close to my subject. Back to the appraisal report, I found 3 comps, as you can see by the map. The best one, actually, the house next door to my subject sold, but that's comp number 3. So that's 138 Southgate Lane. It was built in 2013, so it's certainly in very good shape, better than my subject. Quite a bit bigger. There was a big adjustment for the square footage, because my subject is only 4521 square feet. That comparable is 6534, so there was a big adjustment there for the square footage, but I couldn't not use that comp. So in the end, that's my best sale, and that's the one that I'm relying upon with the market value. The adjusted value came in at $1,872,000. I just rounded it up to $1,900,000, just to make it a nice round figure. And the other 2 are higher. The first comp was owned by a realtor and was in magazines. I think Bonnie Page, you must know her, right? In the listing, I mean, this thing was, she gutted it and it was virtually new, even though it's still built in 1920, according to the field card. But she really did a top-notch job. And then the comp on Banks Place, I've actually been in that house, and it's built like a castle. It's just very high-end construction. So in the end, comp 3 is the best one. It's next door to my subject. It's kind of, you can't really ignore it. So that's what I'm relying upon.
My 11 o'clock here.
Was I talking too fast for you?
No. I'm just thinking no.
I wasn't in that house on peak part. Were you? Bonnie Page's house? It probably would have been really nice inside, I would think.
If you don't mind, please waiting, I'll come to your call. Thank you.
What else, anything?
No.
Okay, good, no, appreciate it. Okay, so, as, and there's no other paperwork, oh, did you sign an affidavit, did you sign the acknowledgement that I gave you?
I gave it to you.
You did?
You got it.
You,
Yep.
of course you did.
I had one agent certification, and then I signed it after you swore me in.
Yes, you did, and I already signed it too. Okay, yep. You know, sometimes you just get.
Like I said, it's like too much paper.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
that's right, that's me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
All right. You know, people who attending your petition who are joining the board is the deliberation session for consideration and vote. You'll be notified by mail the board's decision within 7 days of decision. All decisions will be made in March, and if your appeal is denied, you can come back next year. If you're granted a reduction, you cannot appeal again until the next evaluation of 5 years. If you don't agree with the board's decision, you can take the next step until your decision is set. Instructions on how to appeal will be in your decision letter.
I understand. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay,
This concludes your hearing today.
This is my only one today.
Really?
Yep.
Well, good for you. Now you get to have a really nice weekend.
No, because I have a lot next week and the week after, and oh boy.
Okay, so
That's
you
okay.
can relax.
It's
You
fine.
can relax a bit.
No complaints. Then you have all the banks, they have sales and everything's rush, and you got to get that done too. But that's okay. I'm busy. I'm a happy guy. Nice to see you,
That's
Judy.
great.
How many more do you have today?
2 more. I
Oh,
leave
okay.
at 12.
Okay.
I gotta work.
Oh, yeah, join the club. Okay, so
All right, thank you.
I have a couple more on Fairfield. Maybe I'll see you again.
Okay, great. Thank
See you later.
you. Take care.
Bye.
Okay, so make sure you're okay. Yeah.
Get my stair exercise for the day.
Oh my gosh, you're not kidding.
They doing the
Janice is here, you can set her up. Hello. Hi, come on in. Have a seat. Well, thank you for being on time.
No problem. So,
Actually, a few minutes early is great.
yeah, so we're here,
I've got to run through a couple things before you get started, okay? My name is Judy Seglak, and this is for the record. My name is Judy Seglak. I'm one of 9 members on the Board of Assessment Appeals. I'm going to hear your appeal today, and your hearing is also being recorded. Okay? So I'm going to state a few things for the record, and please correct me if anything is incorrect. Your appeal number is 158. The property you're appealing is located at 124 Thorpe Street. The owner of the property is Janice Tomasi. And the property, we have your, town has your property appraised at 414.7. And I don't have a number for you for your appeal. So would you like to give me one?
The number for the appeal?
Yes.
You need the appeal number?
The amount. I don't have an amount.
The amount that,
Yeah, what? Where is it? You have to give me some kind of a number.
You mean,
The dollar amount.
well, what is it, it's being raised how much, $200 and something dollars? Or, well, first of all, my mother's in the hospital. I think she spoke to somebody. She had a fall and she's in the hospital, so we're here to.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so we're, hold on. Yes, I'm right here.
so I'll briefly explain. I'm Stephen Tomasi. My mother is Janice Tomasi, the owner of 124 Thorpe Street.
Okay.
So she recently had an accident and had a fall, and she was unable to come. I called several days ago to make this. I called the number on the notification of hearing and left a message saying that we needed to hear back from you. Maybe we could change the date, or you could give us a little more time to get her information, because I know that she sent information here to the office that she submitted. But I was unable to locate that information that she sent. She's been hospitalized, and as you know, with COVID, you cannot go and see them.
Oh my gosh.
But she did speak to
So are you looking to reschedule your hearing?
Well, can we speak on her behalf, or does she
I
have to
have
be
to
here?
have something, I have to have some affidavit that's okay.
Oh, okay.
So if we can, to give us a little more time to prepare for our conversation here today for the appeal, if we can reschedule, and then do you have the information that she submitted to you?
Yes, it's public, it is record. Let's go downstairs together, I have an idea.
Okay. I'm sorry,
Because here's what I think, I think you probably should, if this is what you want to do, what I'm hearing you is what you want to reschedule it, so you can have more time.
Yeah.
Considering that the owner is in a hospital with COVID.
Right.
Right.
Not with COVID, she fell, but you can't go in.
Oh, because of COVID.
Because of
Right.
COVID. So I can't talk to her to find out what she submitted to you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So let's see what we can do about that, okay?
But I know she had,
Let's see what we can do.
we can speak off the record, right? Or we can talk over the
Mr. Frost?
Oh, maybe Harold, you can help me. This gentleman, his mom fell the other day. She's in the hospital.
Yes.
And he doesn't have any of the information. He wants to reschedule. And, I mean, nobody has the ability to reason and reschedule. He doesn't have the information that he submitted. Can we give him a copy of that, or can you actually look at it online, or what do we do to help him and to reschedule? Can we do that?
I think you should go to the assessor's office, explain the situation. They will make the best effort to reschedule, but you will need to get an affidavit from your mother indicating that you are approved to represent them. So she's normal hospital, an affidavit will need to be notarized, so
Well, how about can we together this day?
just about almost the end of the month. So please explain your situation to the assessor's office. They will help you. We are trying to help our fellow taxpayers with these circumstances. It has to be written.
We have to.
They can tell you the details, and I don't want to misinform you, but
I've got an 11:15, and he wants to get a copy of this stuff, and,
I guess, but what is the
Okay.
run to probably wait a few minutes to get your question.
yeah, okay, so maybe you could go to, law, or go see the assessor, just take a walk, go see the little, candy over there, and ask him what we spoke about, and I'll make a copy. Yeah, it's
Right down the
it's got a little ramp. All right, thank you.
Steve? You see too. I'm sorry, the other gentleman. Thank you for being patient. No problem. I'm not hearing anyone after you, so we can make up the time. Oh, great.
Steve? No, is Mr. Pamasi? Is he there? Here. That's everything she gets. Hope she feels better. Prayers for her. Hi. But come on up. Instead of what the price is right. Come on down. Hi. Welcome. Please feel free. Have a seat. Thank you. Okay, I've got a couple of things to go over. Sure. Okay, I'm going to say a couple things for the record. First, welcome. I'm Judy Stegler. It's so nice to see you, except I'm seeing a glare. You know what I should do? I'm like looking at a glare the whole time.
I can see you perfectly.
And of course you see me perfectly, but I see glare. So I'm going to do that. And then I could... It doesn't help.
Oh, really? Oh, you mean it's just from the...
No, you know what? Because
like
I'm
the
short,
glass.
that's why it doesn't help.
Anyway. Oh, well, I am too, so.
All right.
We have that in common.
Well, we're petite. How's that? Okay.
That works.
All right. My name is Judy Stegler. I'm one of 9 members of the Board of Assessment Appeals.
Okay.
I'm going to hear your appeal today, and your hearing is also being recorded.
Okay.
I'm going to state a few things for the record. Just please correct me if anything is inaccurate. Okay, your appeal number is number 537.
Yep.
The property are you appealing is at 650 South Pine Creek Road.
Mm-hmm.
The owner of the property is Dawn and Ora Castiuki. How bad did I do?
Well, it's Don Buki, that's me, and Michael Orachev. I realize his name is on here.
Okay. All right, Dawn. This one wasn't that bad. We're close.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you need it perfectly.
The town has your property appraised at $793,400, and you are requesting town reduce your appraised value to $660,000. Is that all correct?
Yes.
Great. Okay, now I'm just going to confirm that you're either the owner of the property or an agent authorized to appeal on the owner's behalf and swear you in. Please state your name for the record, or whether you're an owner or an agent.
Dawn C. Buki, and I am an owner.
Okay, thank you. Now I'm going to swear you in. Can you raise your right hand? You solemnly swear that the information that
You shall give, attorney, an assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay. All right, there is a sheet of paper that she give you. Okay, did you sign that?
I did not.
Okay, you can't now, because I am going to attest that. I'll put that in the file. Thank you, Dawn.
Okay.
Awesome, thanks very much. All right, thank you. Now's your opportunity to provide testimony to us as to why you believe the market value of your home on October 1st, 2020 is $660,000 and not the value assigned by the town. Market value is what your home most likely would have sold for on that date. Please try to be as succinct as possible.
Well, we refinanced our home in 2020, and we had a formal appraisal done, which is attached. And the appraised market value came out at $660,000. They actually had first come back to us at $600,000, and we would not have been able to, refinance. We asked them to consider all the, the area, the neighborhood, et cetera, but with their comps and, all the evidence that they could provide, they said the max was $660,000.
Mm-hmm. All right, so, all right, the property that you're appealing is 650 South Pine Creek.
Yes. Well, that's how the town has it, but it's actually a four-family, and it's technically 642 to 652. But the town has always had it at 650, and I believe my husband tried to have that fixed, but it's...
Well, okay, so no, it's interesting to know. So, okay.
Yeah, 4 apartments.
Okay, the 4-family. Okay, that's why I'm looking at the appraisal. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So, 642. Okay. Do you want to share with me the other numbers on the address? So it's 642.
Sure. Well, there's actually I'm not sure. I think it's 642, 646. 650 and 652, I believe. But to be honest, my husband always dealt with that, and I'm not positive. So I just refer to it as 650 or 642 to 652.
Okay. All right.
That's the best I can do. If I need to, I can contact you back.
You know what? No, it's okay. It's just they didn't match on the appeal, and then I'm looking at what obviously looks like a 2-family or a multi-family home of some sort. Okay. All right. So thank you for that clarification. That's important. Okay, so you replied, and when was the date on that?
That's fine. I don't see the date. I want to read this. I'm sure it's here.
It is. It will be. Take your time.
And I think, the thing is we have not made any improvements. If we had, I would understand. But I need to get my glasses.
Yeah, I'm looking for the date of that appraisal would be great, and I'm going through, some of these pages are upside down in the file here.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, in the appraisal?
Yeah.
Huh. That's odd. It's fine on my end. Sorry.
640, 642. Oh, okay. So. The appraisal
in April.
All 4 numbers, by the way.
Oh, it does?
all four hairdressers, okay, so I just marked it down.
So was I correct?
You were not correct.
I was not, but
It's okay, that's what I was
You think I should know
for.
that, but-
It's okay. I just want to get that number, and I'm not seeing it.
I see April 1st.
Which page?
The addendum page, let's see.
Well, to me, this is all an addendum, so.
It's,
About how far back of here?
it's less than halfway back. It's before the comp
Okay.
and all the photos of the property. Oh, appraised date, March 10th, 2020.
Okay, that's what I'm going to see.
The other one is probably when she came back and that's it. So that was right on the first photograph. Where it says
All
March
right.
10th.
So, all right, I see your comparable sales here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. Is there anything else you want to add to this?
No. Not really. I mean, I understand that over the year maybe it increased somewhat, but I can't see that it would have increased $130,000. I mean, we ended up when she first came back at 600. We wouldn't have been able to do the refinance. So then she came back and said 660 was her final, as I mentioned before, and we even had to put in money of our own.
Do you have a copy of this 600 too?
I don't, but I might be able to request it. I don't know if that's, our mortgage, our loan officer didn't tell us that at first. So I don't know if that's,
Okay.
published or not. I can't say.
Okay. All right.
So honestly, I don't know.
Okay, no, that's fine, so I'm gonna make a note of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Now, is there anything else that you want to submit?
No, that's it.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
No, that's all. Thank you for
Okay.
meeting with me, and thank you for your consideration.
Oh my gosh, you're absolutely welcome. I will be presenting your petition to the majority of the board at a deliberation session for consideration and vote. You'll be notified in the mail by the board's decision within 7 days of the decision. All decisions will be made in March. If your appeal is denied, you can come back next year. If you are granted a reduction, you cannot appeal again until the next revaluation in 5 years. If you don't agree with the board's decision, you can take the next step and appeal your decision in court. Instructions on how to appeal in court will be in your decision letter.
Oh, am I allowed to ask a question? When was the reevaluation done? I guess I want.
It's as of October 1, 2020.
Okay.
So the value has to be as of October.
Okay.
That's what
So it was a short window from when we had this to that, relatively. And yeah, I mean, it would have behooved us to have had a higher appraisal. Trust me, we've tried to find buyers who are interested, and we can't. So, it was disappointing to see that because we would have loved to sell the property for $793. But.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And if you don't have any other questions,
No, that's all.
conclude your hearing. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Take care. Have a great day.
Thanks. You're my last one today.
Oh, really?
So if you're wondering why I'm smiling.
Oh, I don't blame you. It's Friday. It's sunny out. Chilly, but sunny.
All right. Then you have a wonderful
Take care.
day.
Enjoy the warm weather next week. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Take care.
Oh, wait, Dawn. Dawn.
Yes.
Counselor Nguyen, she didn't give you a paper?
Oh, I signed it, I think, didn't I?
Did you give it to me?
I think so.
And like, I'm just like so accustomed to doing it, I put it in your.
No, it's fine, you have it, okay.
Yep, okay.
Okay, all right. All right,
Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. Don't worry about it.
take care, have fun.
Thanks, you too.